Peace, everyone, and welcome to Morning Metta. Today, we're doing our loving kindness and compassion practice. So, I'm going to take you through a guided practice a little bit later, but we're going to start with our grounding. For our grounding today, it's a little inspiration coming from a song I was listening to. I don't know if the exact title is Grandma's Hands, but it's a song by Bill Weathers. And I thought to myself, that's what we can focus on, the hands, right? So, for our grounding, we're going to bring our attention to our hands. And if you're not able to bring your attention to your hands, I'm going to invite you to bring your attention to your feet or another part of the body. So, with the hands, we're going to rub our hands together in a nice little even pace. And then we're going to increase the pace of rubbing our hands. And all the while, we're noticing what this feels like. Now, increase the speed of rubbing of your hands a little bit more. Give yourself some time to notice what this feels like. And then gently slow the hands down. Now open the hands out and notice what the hands feel like in this moment. So maybe for some there you felt a little heat between the hands, or you might be feeling like a little bit of tingling sensation in your hands. Others, it might be something different. So just take notice of what the hands feel like. Now take your hands and just rub one palm and the other for a few seconds. What does that feel like? What sensations are arising from this part of the body? Nice, gentle rubbing of one palm and the other. Open the hands back out again and then just notice, okay, maybe that sensation you felt earlier is no longer there. Okay. All right. So that was our grounding practice. Just noticing the hands, noticing that in those seconds, there was something there. And just as fast as you noticed that, it was gone, right? Okay. So let's set an intention for today. For today, I'm going to invite you, if you'd like, to set an intention around some type of kindness or compassion. Now, this could be kindness and compassion that you show to yourself, to someone else, or even just having compassionate thoughts or bringing to mind something that's kind and compassionate from about someone or something that you're not even going to engage with, but just cultivating that particular energy. Whatever it is, see if you can set that intention around kindness or compassion for today. If you're open to it, take the next 5 to 10 seconds to set an intention for today. All right. As you know, setting an intention is a part of our daily mindfulness practice, and we always like to focus on the practice in itself, not so much whether or not it's going to unfold or play out the way that we imagine it. It's more about getting into that practice of how you want to show up each and every day. Now, for our centering thought, let's see here. Our centering thought for today is, let's see what's, all right, here we are. The centering thought for today says, love takes off the mask we fear we cannot live without and know we cannot live within. Again, that centering thought says, love takes off the mask we fear we cannot live without and know we cannot live within. And that was a quote from the ancestor James Baldwin. So that's a nice one, I think, to really sit with and marinate on. Our main practice for today is going to focus in on compassion. One of the things that I was thinking about was compassion when we have feelings of forgiveness that come up, and whether this is us really being active with trying to forgive ourselves or practice forgiving ourselves, or the practice of forgiving others. So many things can arise in the body and the mind and our emotions. And so that's where I wanted to focus on today in terms of compassion. Really just sitting with how do we soothe ourselves, resource ourselves when that type of energy starts to come up. So let me get a timer here. And just for a few minutes, we'll start with first finding yourself a comfortable position. And that could be a seated position or anything else that feels right for you. If you happen to be seated, your feet can be flat on the floor, your hands can rest gently in your lap. You can hold your back straight, but not too tight or rigid. Allow it to lie loosely. Allow your shoulders to just relax. And at this time, you can have your eyes open. You can have a low gaze, maybe focus on the area you like to keep the eyes on, or you can close your eyes at this time if that feels comfortable for you. Okay, got our timer set. And let's start this practice just by tuning into whatever space you're in right now. So notice any sounds in the space that you're in. If you happen to be in a space where there's silence, that's fine. So you notice the silence, but just take time to notice the sounds in the space that you're in. From sound, gently bring your attention into the breath. Noticing the breath in its natural pace. As you continue to notice the breath, gently allow the body to settle in whatever way that feels right for you. Dropping the shoulders, maybe allowing the back to fall, feeling and noticing into the feet. And at this time, I'm going to invite you to bring to mind something that you want to forgive. Maybe you want to show some forgiveness to yourself, to another person, or maybe you like to send forgiveness out in hopes that that other person or someone else might begin to be open to that forgiveness for themselves or others. Whatever it is, just bring to mind this idea or this feeling of forgiveness. See if you can hold this feeling of forgiveness at the forefront of your mind. And then tune in gently to your breath and body and notice what it feels like. As you think about forgiveness, does it cause the breath to slow down, to speed up, to stay pretty even? As you think about forgiveness, does it cause the body to tense up and tighten? Or does the body feel relaxed and calm? Just notice. And as you're noticing the breath and the body, as you think about forgiveness, I want to invite you to bring your attention into your chest, noticing the breath there. Noticing the rise and fall of that breath, as you also notice the rise and fall of the chest. Notice the rise and fall of the belly as you notice the rise and fall of the breath. You can notice the air in and out of the nose, out of the nostrils, as you notice the breath coming in and out, inhaling and exhaling. And now notice where you most sense your breath in your own body. Is it at your chest, your belly, your nostrils? Maybe it's at the back of your throat as you breathe in and out, allowing air to come in and out of the lungs. Now that you've noticed where you most sense your own breath in your body, again, I want you to hold that idea of forgiveness and notice the body, notice the changes that may be happening in your breath. And if any challenges, any resistance is coming up for you around this idea of forgiving yourself, forgiving someone else, gently lean into the place where you most notice your breath, your inhale and exhale. Allow it to soothe you, allow it to calm you as needed. If that idea of forgiving yourself or forgiving others is connecting you to these feelings of shame or blame, the shoulda, the coulda, the wouldas, again, gently shift into that place in your body where you most notice your breath. That inhale and exhale, allow it to soothe, allow it to calm, allow it to nurture you in this moment. And now, as we bring this practice to a close, inviting you to bring forth the remembering that you are capable of forgiving yourself, forgiving others, and shifting into the energy space that you truly desire for yourself. Tune into your breath. Allow it to get a little bit longer and deeper. And then gently come back into this present moment. All right, everyone. If you happen to have your eyes closed, gently open them when you're ready. Allow yourself a nice deep inhale in and an exhale out through the mouth. Give yourself time to notice what it was like to hold the idea of forgiveness for yourself or for someone else. Bring to mind that feeling that you had in the body and the breath, just a noticing of it. And allow yourself to do whatever is needed to move forward in the session. All right. Everyone, I would like to invite you for our call to action to take this resourcing, this nurturing that we just did and this compassion practice into your day. All throughout, there may be times where we have shoulda, coulda, woulda moments, or moments where we're blaming ourselves, or we don't know quite how to forgive ourselves for just being human. I want to invite you to take into your day, when those moments come up, to remember to lean into where you notice your breath in your body. Allow yourself to sit and rest in it, and allow it to gently soothe you as best you can. All right, everyone, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this channel with any and everyone who could benefit. And join us again as we start our days grounded, intentional,